everybody, it's HeroicLegend here, and I fucked up hardcore. In fact, I'm gonna go check something real quick. Alright, yeah, I should do this like every time from now and just take a quick moment to check if my freaking equipment's working. It was, okay, so... I thought about it. I'm going to go through this whole area of this episode and show you guys what was missed, basically. So, I'll go through the very beginning, too, so... Oh, wait, I can't do that. Alright, so I'm going to describe what happened here prior. I'm not going to go through reading all this, I'm sorry. I really am. It's so much. So, what happened was, after the part with Papyrus, after the part in this... Well, there's a little spoiler for you. After the part during, friggin... Think, Robertson, think. After the last episode, where we were in the garbage dump, I went and I started to leave. I grabbed an astronaut food, I used the astronaut food, you know, all that stuff. And after that was done, I got a call from Papyrus. Papyrus recommended I go here to Alphys' lab. In Alphys' lab, there was a note in front of the elevator. I took the elevator down, it lost power, it crashed. I'm okay somehow, no damage taken. As going through there, we have the entry text. You know, this 1, 2, 3, and 5. Walked up here, discovered that there was a determination. You can buy chips here for 25. I only had 54, so that wasn't as good. All those were originally grayed out, and I went over here to go collect the first one. Of course, there was more text there. I will be releasing a video with post-commentary with clips of everything that you might have missed, so you'll see the text there, you'll see the flavor text for all this stuff. I was turning on the sinks, and of course, after turning on the first one, and the second one, the third one turned on, but it had what was the first introduction of an amalgamate. And I proceeded to fight that, and in the sink was the red key. And here's the red switch, which I turned on with a note on the floor. Afterwards, proceeding to walk all the way back, you know, remarking how creepy this place is. Because it still does give me the uneasy feeling, even after frickin' going through the whole part, right? So after doing all this, I went in here with it now activated. Of course, there was more flavor text here. Dog food bowl. Got on the bed. I think it'll still do it, and of course, frickin' cursor's on the screen again! So... Now, I thought originally, yeah, you had to wait for this guy to appear, which he's still super creepy. Oh, this whole thing is just so slow and frickin' unnerving. It still makes my spine twitch. Urgh. So yeah, it reaches, you think you're gonna get a surprise attack, but nope, just boop. Pat, pat, pat. And we jump out of bed. This one was originally covered, and of course if I pull it down, I would get the green key. Or the yellow key. I think it was yellow key. I'd save, go check out all this stuff, more of the data. Now originally, I went the wrong way. I went all the way over here. I didn't go in there yet. And I fought Lemon Bread, which was the determination star right here. Also that whole little bit with probably some post-commentary I have planned. So I would get the key, I wouldn't get the key, I'd beat her, go past here. This was originally very foggy because the fans weren't working, and of course all the texts were right here. I believe I went through those as well. Ignore the fridges that are thumping and bumping. I went into the room and discovered that I needed the green key there, or possibly the blue key. And of course in here was the yellow switch, which I activated, and of course I went through all the tapes. There are 5 tapes in total. Read the text there. It was regarding Alphys. Doubled back a bit and went and saved. And then, of course, I believe I started the next episode. These episodes were rather long, considering this is a long spot. So I would always save constantly between fights just to make sure. So after fighting Lemon Bread, I saved. Then I tried to figure out what to do. I went and read the tapes. You know, I looked around. And I went all the way over here to be greeted by, turning around, Reaper Bird, which I did in a relatively easy way. When in here, discovered I needed the blue key, which I didn't have yet. So of course I doubled back and I tried figuring out, what do I do next, right? So I'm going all the way back, just fought Reaper Bird and Lemon Bread, save. And I go all the way over to this side, where these fans were originally off and there was a lot of fog. Of course, upon turning on the fans and stopping here, and actually stopping all the way right here, the little particles in the air would form to turn the amalgamate. Again, I'll be showing the fights and such, and I'll be doing post-commentary on the fights mostly, and the little bits you've missed. So, right after that was done and I fought the dog, I died once and I came back, cut that, and fought it again, winning this time and remarking on how stupid that fight went because I did something wrong. I'd go all the way over here, now that the fan was turned on, and we'll check in here. And behind the curtain there was something wiggling. Of course you're slowly walking towards it, so it's like... And then of course you make a last distance, pull back the curtain, there was nothing there but a key, the green key. So of course I'm like, okay, I got the green key now, so go all the way back, and I went in here, and I ignored the fridges, I didn't talk to them, went in here, put the green key in, and I was thinking to myself, where's the thing? And I remembered, of course, that one of these, there was a fridge right here, which turned out to be another amalgamate. It was the Snowdrake's mother, and right after that fight was done, went all the way back, because, I often did that. Of course, I figured, I read everything, I went through everything here, all the amalgamates were fought, and I think I exited out originally, and, yeah, went to save, went all the way back, because now all the things were turned on. Back there was the blue key, which I had turned on. I'm not gonna show that. I showed, like, everything so far. I told you that back there was the blue key. So once all these were activated, I went through. These are off. And actually, so I will go through this normally. So after doing all that, we go up here, and we discover it seems like the control is the elevator power. Turn it on. Yes. So I'm going to continue as if I did everything. And of course, this is creepy as all hell. So, I'm like, well, fuck. Hey, stop! I got you guys some food, okay? And now they're like, oh, whatever, we got food, fuck this shit. Sorry about that. They kind of get sassy when they don't get fed on time. They smelled the potato chips you had, and... Anyway, the power went out, and I've been trying to turn it back on. But it seems like you were one step ahead of me. This was probably just a big inconvenience for you. But I appreciate that you came here and to back me up. As I said, I was afraid I might not come back. That's not because of these guys or anything. I was just worried I would be too afraid to tell the truth. I might run away or do something cowardly. I suppose I owe you an explanation. As you probably know, Asgore asked me to study the nature of souls. During my research, I isolated a power I called determination. I injected it into dying monsters so their souls would last after death. But the experiment failed. You see, unlike humans, monsters' bodies don't have enough physical matter to take concentrations of determination. Their bodies started to melt and lost what physicality they had. Pretty soon, all of the test subjects had melted together into those. Seeing them like this, I knew. I couldn't tell their families about it. I couldn't tell anyone about it, no matter how much everyone was asking me. I was too afraid to do any more work knowing. Everything I'd done so far had been such a horrific failure. But now I've changed my mind about all this. I'm going to tell everyone what I've done. It's going to be hard. Being honest, believing in myself. I'm sure there will be times where I'll struggle. I'm sure there will be times where I'll screw up again. But knowing, deep down, that I have friends to fall back on. Knowing it'll be a lot easier to stand on my... I know it'll be a lot easier to stand on my own. Thank you. Come on, guys. It's time for everyone to go home. Okay, so now that I've pretty much caught you all up again, I am very sorry you just couldn't see me go through this. I will have parts, and I will read these. Entry number 8. I've chosen a candidate. I haven't told Asgore yet, because I wanted it to be a surprise for him. In the center of his garden, there was something special, the first golden flower that grew before all the others. The flower from the outside world. It appeared just before the queen left. I wonder, what happens when something without a soul gains the will to live? Entry number 18. The flower's gone. So, spooky. And then, of course... Okay, I have seen this all before, so... It's a voice you have never heard before. Kara, are you there? It's been a long time, hasn't it? But you've done well. Thanks to you, everything has fallen into place. Kara, see you soon. Oh my god! What's happening? Oh no! Please, I am a child! And this happens. Okay, so there are no save spots, so this is all going to have to be another batch. But thankfully, I checked the recording this time. And I'm not walking through here again. Boop. Shortcuts. No termination spot here. But I will end the episode here. So again, I am very sorry you guys did not get to see it. I have the recording saved still. I will upload that at probably the same time that I upload this. But you'll see, like, maybe I'll put this episode out first. And then I'll show what happened in between with some like commentary between it. I have to figure out. I'm going to talk to people, see what I should do. For now, I do hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you all for watching. I am sorry if the episode that you guys wanted, I'll label it a lost episode and put it in the playlist for anyone who's curious. I'm very sorry this happened. This normally doesn't happen. I'm a lot better about this, and I'm not more cautious than this. It must have been just a lot of good recordings going by, and I just, grew complacent. I'm like, I don't need to check. Yeah. But just a lesson to be learned, everyone. Always check to make sure you're recording, especially if you're doing big stuff during your Let's Play. I thank you for your patience and for your understanding if you do, and apologize if you don't. But until the next video, I hope you all enjoyed. Again, a big thanks for watching and continuing to watch. And until then, laters.